Hi girls, welcome back. Standard 5th. I am Miss Shilpa Ribello, your science teacher, and we are going to do the last presentation for the first term. In the last presentation, we have studied about the environment and us, that is about the half lesson, part 1. Now, remaining portion we are going to see in this presentation. So, we are going to learn the remaining part of the environment and us. As we have introduced the environment and us, what do you mean by environment? The surroundings and us. Global efforts for protection of the environment. Several projects are being implemented at the international level to maintain the balance in nature. So it is important to raise the awareness of people all over the world about the threat to environmental balance. Many countries of the world are enacting laws that will help to prevent the pollution of air, water and soil. If you see in the picture, it's about the balance of nature. So several projects are being planned. Implemented means they are planned at the international level. All the countries are coming together and they are planning the several projects, different projects to maintain the balance in nature. As we have seen in the last presentation about the deforestation and so many things. So we need to maintain this nature, maintain our environment. And so the many countries are coming together with some good projects, many projects they are planning. Why? Because to maintain the balance in nature. And also it is important to give knowledge or to give interest of people all over the world, as they know that we are in danger or there are some problems to environmental balance. So it is very important to give them knowledge that we are supposed to do something for our nature, to maintain the balance of nature. So many countries of the world are making laws. They are making laws, rules that will help to prevent the pollution of air, water and soil. If you see in the picture, if you see the up pictures, it is a air pollution, water pollution and land pollution, which is done by our own self. We the people from different countries of all over the world, we are affecting the pollution. We are making pollutions, that is air pollution, water pollution and land pollution. So we want to make it all clear. We want a good nature, good surrounding, good environment. And so for that purpose, if we see the pictures, up pictures are polluted, but the down pictures we want it as clean. We want clean air, we want clean water and we want the land to be clean. Next topic, efforts to maintain biodiversity. We should make good efforts to maintain this biodiversity. We have studied in the last lesson also and in the last presentation also. There are different parts. We are going to study about the biodiversity parks. Now what do you mean by biodiversity? An area which is reserved for the purpose of protecting and conserving the biodiversity of a region is called a biodiversity park. In these parks, biodiversity is both preserved also and studied. People visiting such a park enjoy being close to nature, and this leads to more concern for nature. If you see in the pictures, we can see about the biodiversity parks. There are biodiversity parks in different countries, in different states. So, what do you mean by biodiversity? So whichever the area is, the place is occupied, they are reserved, kept for the purpose of protecting and conserving the biodiversity of a region, of a place. It is known as biodiversity park. And now in these parks, in these biodiversity parks, they are preserved also and they are for studying also. We go from schools, we go for excursions, that is a study trip. So this can be also, biodiversity park can be also for studies. We can go for excursions, we can get good knowledge over there, and we can write some of the informations, articles on that. So it is said as it is preserved also, and also it is for studies. And people, whoever visit such parks, they enjoy over there and they come very close to the nature. So this is what they say, that this leads to more concern for nature. They come very close to nature. If you see in the pictures, the children are playing. They are two girls. They are removing the sketch over there, and you can see the animals and birds. So the people, whoever visits these different parks, what they do, they enjoy over there, and as they are enjoying, they see that they think that the nature is close to them. Second is national parks. Some areas which are important for the protection and conservation of wildlife are reserved for them. For example, the Kaziranga National Park and the Tadoba National Park. Here we can see there are national parks, different national parks. We also have national park in Boroli. So many people, many girls must have visited with their parents. So there are different national parks in different parts of India. So what do you mean by national park? That some areas which are important for the protection and conservation of wildlife, for the animals. Now in national parks, many animals stay over there. We have seen different types of trees also over there, plants also over there, and in many different types of animals over there. So they are known as national parks. There are two types of national parks. Two types of national parks. One is Kaziranga. If you see the picture, it is Kaziranga National Park. And the second one is the Tadoba National Park. So these are the two national parks. The next topic, sanctuaries. Certain forest areas are reserved for the protection and conservation of a particular animal or plant. Such a reserve area is called a sanctuary. For example, the Radha Nagari Sanctuary for bisons. Now sanctuaries, it's like a forest, it's like a parks itself, national parks itself. So what do you mean by sanctuary now? So certain forest areas, so where the forest areas are available, they are reserved for the protection and conservation for the animals, particular animal and plant. Particular, not all, only for few animals and plants. And such type of reserve areas is called sanctuary. So for the example, here we can see the Radhanagari Wildlife Sanctuary, and there are the people who enjoy it. Some of the people are enjoying in the water. So whoever the people comes, what they do, they enjoy and they think that the nature is close to them. So if the plants on the earth are destroyed, the number of animals also fall. That is why it is necessary to protect plants in forest. If deforestation is stopped and instead tree plantation is step up, animals that depend on plants will get protection and thrive. Thrive means they will grow well. So now if you see over here, if the plants on the earth are destroyed, we can see the pictures, they are cutting the trees, they are cutting the plants. So if these trees on the earth are destroyed, then whatever the number of animals are there, it will be reduced. It will become less. So we can see the number of animals becoming less over here. So that is why it's important to protect plants in forest. We are supposed to protect the plants in forest. We are supposed to look after the plants in forest. We are not supposed to cut down. So if deforestation is stopped, if the plants or if the trees are not cut, if we are stopping to cut the trees, then naturally that is deforestation. If deforestation is stopped, if we are not cutting the trees in the forest, then what happens? Instead of that, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to do the tree plantation. We are supposed to grow trees. And if we grow trees, instead of cutting them, if we grow trees, more trees, then whatever the animals, whichever animals are depending on the trees, will get protection from the trees. Now big huge animals, wild animals are staying in the forest. So instead of cutting the trees, we are supposed to grow more trees in the forest so that these animals can be protected and they will grow well in the forest with the help of the trees. See here, if you can see the deforestation, instead of deforestation, we should plant the trees. So if there is proper trees, the animals can live very well. Mayani Lake has formed due to a dam built on the Chand River in Satara district. Flamingos from the Siberia region in northern Asia migrate to this lake. Here they build nests and lay eggs. Once the baby birds grow big enough, they return with them to Siberia. In the recent past, as the water level in the dam had fallen, the flamingos had stopped coming. However, the lake has now been declared a sanctuary for birds. So there is a Mayani lake. If you see over here, there is a Mayani lake, and due to this Mayani lake, dam is being built on the Chand River in Satara district. If you see in the picture, there is a dam built on the Chand River in Satara district. And in this district, the flamingos are coming from the Siberia region, which is in northern Asia. And these flamingos are coming in this lake, Mayani lake. They migrate means they come in this Mayani lake. And they build nest and lay eggs. If you see in the picture, you can see over there, they are laying eggs. You can see eggs also over there. So, and once when they become big, once these baby birds, when they come out from their eggs, once when they grow big, like their mummies, what they do? They go back with their parents to Siberia. They go back with their parents to Siberia. They flew. But in the recent past, recent means now itself, past, some few months or few years we can say, The water level in the dam had gone down. It was decreased. The water was decreased. It has become less. And because the water has become less, what has happened? The flamingos had stopped coming. The flamingos were not coming over there. So they declared, and after that, when the water level was good, in the good position, the flamingos also started coming again. So they declared the lake a sanctuary for birds. It is the house for the birds. The biggest Muldok, that is Great Indian Bustard sanctuary in Asia, is at Nanach in Solapur district. These huge weighty birds are famous for their graceful gait. These birds live in open grasslands. They feed on insects, thus giving protection to crops in fields. They are the farmers' friends. So if you see in this picture, you can see the male and the female. It is known as Maldok and it is known as Great Indian Buster. They have given the name Great Indian Buster. And this is a sanctuary in Asia. It is in Asia at Nanach in Solapur. Now we are in the Asia continent. We are in the Asia continent. So they are saying that it is in Asia at Nanach in Solapur. Nanach is in Solapur district. So if you see over here, Nanach Buster Sanctuary, that is in Solapur district. So these birds are very huge and their weight also is more. They are very huge and their weight also is more. And so they are famous for their graceful gait. They are good. And these birds live in open grassland. They never build nest, nothing. They just live in an open grassland if you see in the pictures. Why they live in the open grassland? They eat only insects. They eat only insects where their insects are on the crops. So when they eat these insects, these crops are protected by them. There are no insects on the crops, and so these crops are protected by them, by these birds. So they are known as the farmers' friends. They are helping farmers. They are helping farmers how? By protecting the crops. Whichever insects are sitting on the crops, they eat it. So the crops are protected. They are look after these birds. So they are known as the farmers' friends. As they are hunted for their meat and their eggs, their number is fast dwelling. Maharashtra state has declared the Nanach area a sanctuary for the Great Indian Bustard. Deer are also found in these grasslands. See in the pictures. So what they say? That as they are hunted means killed, for the meat or their eggs. So what happens? The number becomes less. Fast dwelling means the number of the birds becomes less. And so Maharashtra state has declared the Nanach area, this area, as a sanctuary for the Great Indian Bustard. We can see the deer also in this area, in these grasslands. So along with the Great Indian Bustard, the deers are also found in this area. About 50 km from Pune, on the Pune-Ahmednagar highway, the village of Morachi Chincholi is famous for its peacock population. The old, well looked after tamarind trees here have created a favorable environment for the birds. People have found sanctuary in this village. Now there is a Morachi Chincholi which is on Pune Ahmednagar highway. It is away from Pune around 50 kilometer. So from Pune, on the Pune Ahmednagar highway, there is a village known as Morachi Chincholi. Can you see in the picture? Yes. So this is a place, this is a village away from Pune around 50 kilometer. It's on Pune Ahmednagar highway and it is famous for peacock population. You all love peacock, correct? So many different types of peacocks are found and lot of peacocks are found in this area, in this village. They also go to houses. If you see in the picture, they also go in houses. This peacock also goes in houses. So this village is famous for peacock population. There is old tamarind trees. There are different types of, there are many trees, tamarind trees. And these tamarind trees have created a favorable environment for birds. These birds build nest on that and they sit on that. So these birds are creating a good environment on the trees, tamarind trees. People have found sanctuary in this village. They are staying in this village itself. The last topic for this lesson and the term is the Devrais. Devrai means a boon for all living creatures. Boon means it's a vardhan. We say in Hindi as vardhan. Vardhan diya gaya hai. Vardhan. Or grateful. It's very grateful for us or it's helpful for us. Okay. It's given, the vardhan is it is given, created by God. So in Indian culture gives importance to the protection of forest. The Devra is an example. People believe that a Devra is really a jungle reserved for God. No tree or plant in a Devra is ever cut. That is why all trees in a Devra are safe even today. So if you see in the picture, different types of pictures, and this is a Devrai pictures. So Indian culture has given importance for the protection of forest, not to cut the trees, grow more trees, let the animals also grow in that, stay in that. So they have given more importance to protect the forest. So this is a very good example, that Devrai is a very good example for the protection of forest. If we see in that, what people were believing, that Devrai is really a jungle. It is a jungle and it is reserved for God. It is created by God and it is reserved. We are keeping it for God. So because of that, in Devrai, no trees or no plants are cut. They never cut, even though they are becoming old, they never cut the trees or the plants. They keep it as it is. And because of that, all trees in a Devrai are safe even today, at present also, even today. All the trees and plants are safe in Devrai. Maharashtra has many Devrais. In Madhya Pradesh, they are known as Sharanvan. Devrais give shelter not only to the plants but also the animals that live there. So, hence, Devrais can be called the sanctuaries of ancient times. So, if we see the picture of Devrai, so same type of Devrais are found in Maharashtra. There are many Devrais in Maharashtra state, in our state. Also in Madhya Pradesh there is a Devrai which is known as Sharanvan, and these Devrais give shelter not only to the plants but also to the animals, whichever the animals stay in that forest, in that Devrai forest. And so because of that it is known as, they are saying that Devrais can be called the sanctuaries of the ancient times. Ancient times means past times, before. So why they are calling the Devrai as a sanctuaries of ancient time? Because they give shelter. This Devrai forest gives shelter not only to the plants but also to the animals, whichever animals stay over there. So they are known as sanctuaries of the ancient times. Girls, I hope so you have understood this lesson. We have completed the portion of the first term over here. There is a small assignment which you are going to do it with the help of your presentation. This presentation with the help of your textbook. And you are going to write these questions and answers in your science notebooks. I hope so you have understood. Now here I want to share with you all the portion for the first term, whichever we have done the presentations or the videos. Now there is a 7 lessons for you all. That is the earth and its living world. I have sent 2 videos for you all. Environmental balance 1 video. Food for all 2 videos. Methods of preserving food 1 video. Water 1 video. Clothes are necessity 1 video. And the environment and us, this is the last lesson. I have sent 2 videos. So I hope so. The portion is clear to you all. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.